Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shah Brakathum, double honors to the apostles and notice that great millstone. This lesson, we'll take a look into Lamentations, first chapter. Probably not going to read the whole thing, but through the Spirit. I just wanted to bring this out because it's evident nobody really cares for our, the problems that we face, meaning the children of Israel. Nobody's consoling us. Nobody's comforting us. And it's just something we have to deal with on our, by ourselves. Nobody wants to speak up when when we suffer, but they want to speak up when we claim, and it's more than just making a claim. But they want to speak up when we claim and prove who we are, and in through all honesty, is nobody else on the planet that can fulfilling the shoes that we are when it comes to these scriptures, on proving who the true children of the Lord are. You always have an excuse every turn. The Lord's people was done away with, the Gentiles or, the other nations, and then even on the flip side, you got, our people seeking love and still holding on to the white man for help rather than finding their self-sustenance, but I'm not trying to make this long. It's just through the Spirit. I was reading this and it kind of touched me, but it speaks volumes to what we go through now. So the Lamentations 1:1, it says, "How doth the city sit solitary that was full of people? How is she become as a widow? She that was great among the nations and princes among the provinces, how is she become tributary?" And the number one tributary people on the planet is the children of Israel. We're the only ones that don't have anything in our neighborhoods to sustain us as far as, stores, because that's part of the curse. Curse be our store in our basket. So we don't put out too many businesses. If you do, and if you're a so-called, if you do and you're a so-called Negro, Latin, Native American, the only reason why you're successful is because you accepted the image of the beast, which is the American democracy, which is the free enterprise system that they set up under the spiritual vibration of Satan. That's the only reason why our people make it in this world, because they become Masons and they become under that order and not under the order of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, which is the one true God, and his son, which is the one true, adopted son. How you can say, it's a word, begotten son, So verse 2, it says, "She weepeth sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she have none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies." And that's what our people fail to realize. That's what they, that's what they fail to realize, that these other nations are our enemies, and they only want to see our downfall. They don't want to see us self-sustain. One of the things I was thinking about today, overhearing some individuals speak on pretty much the destruction of our nation and polygamy. Which means multiple wives. The reason why they don't want us to have men have multiple wives is because of sustainability. They brought us the gay agenda so they can secretly bring in genocide, and they want us to accept it. They want us to accept the the eugenics, the sterilization by way of homosexuality. And that's what it is. It has absolutely nothing to do with social growth. You know, it's just an excuse to push more perverse ways within these so-called communities of these blacks, Latins, and Native Americans. And our people are the first ones to jump, you know, to that. You know, our people are naive. You know, let me get a precept real quick. You know, because they're so fast. Our people are they're really humanitarians. All right, Slagia. And we're not like other people, man. We're not like the other nations, man. Slagia 33. You know, so we're supposed to be holding up. The Lord made us a certain way. Really, we're supposed to rule the world in righteousness, and we are the perfect humanitarians. We are the perfect people to, bring the nations together. But we're not going to do that on this side. We're going to do that when the kingdom is established, when the Lord Yahweh Shai, when he sets up his kingdom, the kingdom of heaven. All right. And, in Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, the city of peace, when he reestablishes us in Israel, that's when righteousness is going to flow, man. It's going to flow throughout the whole earth, and the whole vibration of the earth is going to change, according to how the Most High is going to set up, his rulership. But this is for our people. Jeremiah 2:33, it says, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways, man. So our people always want to seek approval. They always want to be accepted. But the other nations won't accept you, according to Lamentations 1:2. Nobody, like I bring out the scripture a lot, as of late, who shall come to thy side to bemoan thee? Nobody's considering the fact that you in the such peril and such condition, the condition that we in. Nobody really cares. They overlook it. They keep overlooking it. They keep overlooking the pain, the hurt. All right. And even on the flip side, even on our side of the spectrum, when we have our people that's supposed to be leaders, they heal not the hurt of our people, according to the scriptures, man. So why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? That's our people always trying to seek acceptance from these other nations, always want to fit in with these other nations and be accepted and be cared for, but they don't care for you. Otherwise, the majority of our people, we wouldn't have to want and struggle as much as we have. We wouldn't be subject to payments. We'll have established our own leadership, fully becoming sovereign, people, becoming a sovereign people, according to Wisdom of Solomon 63. But only the elect is sovereign through the Spirit. We have liberty through the Spirit, because the Most High is dealing with us through the Spirit. Okay, before he shows up, before, he comes, before, he destroys this place. All right. So you teach the other nations how to be wicked as well, man. So let me see, Jeremiah. Let me go back to Lamentations 1:2. It says, she weepeth sore in the night. What does the night represents? As opposed to the day of gloom, protective shadow, figuratively. All in all, adversity, figuratively adversity. And what do we go through here in America? We go through adversity. So our whole condition here in America is represented as the night, And when you go, I think it's verse 19, the night is far spent, man. We've been in this condition for a long time now. And the Lord, we're going to lean on the Lord. We're not going to lean on the so-called white man anymore, you know, because the time of our oppression is done with, you know. So let me stop talking. And it says, and her tears are on her cheeks among all her lovers. That's the other nations, man. She hath none to comfort her. That's the other nations and their gods, man. Because according to Jeremiah 6:2, all right, what are we? All right. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. All right. So we are pretty much the, you know, in other words, a woman to the Most High. All right. And we have committed spiritual fornication, meaning we have gone after other gods, because Yahweh is our one true God, not democracy, not America, not American flag, not Christianity. All right. These laws, statutes, and commandments within the Bible, and calling on the name of the Lord with one consent, calling him Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, excuse me. You know, it solidifies, you know, who we worship. Okay. It solidifies our sovereignty, you know. It says, all her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. All right. And we have enemies, whether you believe it or not, because our people are stuck in this one world spirit, hand joined to hand spirit. We're all one people. We're not all one people. The Lord, it tell you, man, he created the sons of Adam, but he separated them, man. You know, he separated the bounds of the people according to Deuteronomy 32:8. All right. When you read Second Esdras, he separated us for a reason, you know. When you read Ecclesiasticus chapter 33, you know, and I think it's the 10th verse, you know, all are from Adam, but man, he, you know, he set certain ones of us up higher, and then he set certain of the humans lower. And I'll get it, you know. I'll start at the 10th verse. Sirach 33:10, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. And much knowledge the Lord hath divided them and made their ways diverse. So we're not all the same. We're diverse, man. And that's that for a lot. When you say we're all a human race and we're all equal, we're all the same, you're part of that Nimrod Babylonian Tower of Babel spirit, the one world order spirit, the hand joined the hand spirit. That ain't of the Lord, man. He divided the nations, man, with much knowledge, as it says. It says, some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified, meaning he cut them off from humanity. All right. Meaning he drew them close to himself, you know, and set near himself. And I said it before I read it. It says, but some of them hath he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as liketh him best. Okay. So it's the Most High that picks and chooses and forms and fashions these nations to be who they are, not we ourselves. And that's when we start to, you know, have create these inventions, these philosophies, these ideals, this ideology, we start to veer away from the Most High's path, you know, further and further. Okay. So it says, good is set against evil and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. Okay. So the Most High, he said, how can two walk together except that they be agreed? You know, so except we are in agreement, how can we walk together? So it's the same with the wicked or the evil and the sinner and the godly, or the godly and the sinner. The godly can't walk with the sinners. And all these other nations of the earth, they're sinners because the Most High only gave his word to Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel, so that we can lead the earth and show, and lead by example what it is to be a great people, what it is to be a righteous people to all the other nations. All right. Now the elect, we're setting the standard. We're waving that banner. All right. And it's just a matter of time before the Most High make that banner the absolute law of the land or law of the earth, you know? Okay, I think I got another point. Isaiah 10 and 20. So, Salaki, Isaiah chapter 10, verses 20. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more no more again stay upon him that smote them. All right, so it's not a mystery. We know who smote us, the so-called white man, the other nations. Psalms 83, all of them came against us with one consent, man, to get rid of us, to get rid of our name in the earth. Okay, that's why we struggling to find a nationality. That's why we trying to pick and choose our nationality, a different nationality. Like it's in the line, like they set up a lineup. Okay, you can be an African American, you can be an African, you can be a Kemet, you can be Kemet, you can be an Egyptian, you can be this, that, and the third, but you can't be Israel. And that's literally what the earth is saying. That's why you have people like Vocab Malone and James White and all these different industries, these Christianity, New World Order setups. We can be everything we want to be except for Israelites. They have a problem with that. We can be anything else except for that. It says, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. And that's what the other nations, they don't want us to do that. They don't want us to stay on the Most High. They don't want us to count on and believe in the Most High, because that's where our sustenance come from, and that's one of the things. And that's why I mentioned polygamy. And that's why the so-called white man is so much against that. Man have been many wives, but you can go and he set up perversion as a standard. Now you can change your sex. You can have sex with the same sex, but you can't have more than one wife. Why? It's a clear shot at the Most High's way, because when you read Exodus, he tells you can have more than one wife, and he's trying to destroy the family. He's destroying the family set. Why? Because it makes it easier for him to kill off the population and then bring in population control and to destroy your sustainability. That's what this is all about. It's about the so-called white man destroying our sustainability. Verse 21, it says, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. So it's going to be a remnant, a small remnant that turns to the Most High, man, and don't trust in this so-called white man, who is our enemy, by the way, according to Lamentations 1 and 2, according to Lamentations 4 and 21, okay, according to Obadiah, according to all these scriptures, according to Genesis chapter 25, according to Genesis chapter 27, it goes on and on and on. According to Second Esdras chapter 6, verses 9 and and on. These are evident proofs. And what we see in the world today are evident proofs that the so-called white man is our enemy. He set up the industrial prison complex. All right. He set up these laws, Jim Crow, to have the so-called Negroes, Latins, and Native Americans at a disadvantage economically. All right. And on a day-to-day basis, he created a system where you cannot function or make it in the society. You cannot function in your nature, your natural habitat. That is that of, setting up a family structure and nationhood where you have more than one wife. And, I'm just using this because, the many wives things as an example, because that is part of the Most High's path. That's what he created. That's what he allowed us to do to sustain ourselves. And the so-called white man is against it. Okay. Verse 22, it says, "For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decrees shall overflow with righteousness." Okay, and that's going to be the standard of the world, and that's what's we're gonna lead the world, into righteousness, and Yahweh Shai is gonna lead us. He's gonna make our mind. He's gonna renew our minds. He's gonna totally change us from these filthy creatures, filthy vessels that we live in to righteous vessels. Okay, with the right thinking. All right, and our minds are not going to be screwed up how they are now with all this perversion and so on and so forth. Okay, so got another scripture. I'm gonna go Revelation 12:12. Okay, because this ain't by coincidence. Okay, that the so-called white man is coming against the nature of the Most High Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai. It says, Revelations 12:12, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Okay, and the so-called white man understands this. The elite among them, the elite house of Esau. Okay, Edom. All right, Adawam. All right. Okay, meaning red. All right, so the so-called red man, all right, which is the so-called white man, he know he hath a small time. He know he hath a short time, because the Most High is going to cut him off, and he knows this. And that's why he's doing all that he can to what? To finish or capstone his New World Order. But this is what the Most High said about his New World Order. This is Job chapter 5. This is what he said is going to happen. Let me see. Job 5 and let me see. In 12, it says he disappointed the devices of the crafty. And how are the elites crafty? Through witchcraft. That is their craft. That ain't no mystery, man. We know who these Edomites are. It's been revealed. Everything that they have set up here in America has been, their foundation is witchcraft. All right. Their foundation is witchcraft. It's not it's no mystery. It ain't no mystery. It ain't no reason why they have, it's not by coincidence these Edomites set up witch covens all over the United States. And the Masonic order is based off of witchcraft. That's where they get their power from. Okay. All right. So he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hand cannot perform their enterprise. All right. And the scripture said when he is in the fullness of his sufficiency. Let me see if I can find it. All right. Because the Most High is he's going to take the white man out. Sufficient. I think I spelled it right. Job 20:22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that word wicked, that's talking about the laborers, those that's been stricken and oppressed. That's who it's talking about. See, that's why you got to go into words. And you know what? I'll go into the blue letter. Job 20 and 22. That's why you know, and that was taught to us. I wouldn't have known that if that wouldn't have been taught to me to go and search these words out. I don't need to take credit for something I don't have. The Hebrew word is amal. Amal. Okay. Laborer, sufferer, wretched one, laborer, workman, sufferer, so toiling. The wicked are the ones in this context are the ones that are suffering. So in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked of the suffering or the sufferers shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. All right. And that's what's going to happen. All right. The so-called white man is going, well, these Edomites, the chief house, because we're not talking to the regular peon white people. They're going to get destroyed in the thermonuclear fire. All right. And they're not going to be able to escape. He shall flee from the iron weapon. What is the iron weapon? And the bow of steel shall strike him through. All right. And that is the trap that the Most High has set up for them. They're not going to escape, man. You know, they're going to get it, man. They're going to get it, man. When they escape this thermonuclear fire, I'm speaking on the elites of these Edomites, the very high, the very top, the creme de la creme, as they say, or the bourgeoisie, as they say, the rich ones of them, the ones that know who they are, you know, the ones that do the sacrificing. They're going to be in those bunkers and escaping and trying to break away from society. And the Most High is going to catch up with them, period. You know, so back in Lamentations 1 and 2. No, I'm going to read one more. I think I'm going to read verse 19 because this is what the Spirit, let me see. And you know what? 1 and 19, I'm going to read this. And then I'm going to jump to 2 and 19, and then I'm going to close out, okay? I called for my lovers, but they deceived me, all right? My priests and mine elders gave up the ghost in the city, while they sought their meat to relieve their souls. Behold, O Lord, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled. Mine heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled abroad. The sword bereaveth at home, and there is as death. Amen. And a lot of us, we're going to witness, we're going to see these things take place to our people. All right. Because it ain't over until it's over, until the Lord came. So a lot of these things happened beforehand, and they're going to definitely happen again. And if you look at our current condition, they're definitely going to happen again. All right. So Lamentations 2:19. All right. 2:19, Lamentations. Arise, cry out in the night. In the beginning of the watches, pour out thine heart like water before the face of the Lord. Lift up thy hands toward him for the life of thy young children that faint for hunger in the top of every street. So we're supposed to cry out, man, to the Lord, not to the so-called white men, not receiving a 501c3 charter and having and being secure in this place, man. We're supposed to be like vagabonds because the Lord is going to lift us out of this place literally. He's going to take us from this place literally. Verse 20, behold, O Lord, consider to whom thou hast done this. Shall the woman eat their fruit, and children of a span long? Shall the priest and the prophet be slain in the sanctuary of the Lord? All right. The young and old lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger, and he will again, because it ain't over till it's over. All right. Thou hast killed and not pity. Thou hast called as in a solemn day, my terrors round about, so that in the day of the Lord's anger none escape nor remain. Those that I have swaddled and brought up, mine enemy consumed. And that's what's going to happen to our people again. They're going to be consumed, but the elect going to be saved, man. The elect is going to be saved. But with that, we give all praise to Yahweh Shemi Shai, a double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom. This has been another with I know you, Allah, the beloved truth. Shalom.